All right, welcome back to a episode of Sports Therapy with FH Jr., your host. Now, as we ease our way back into football, as you can see, I'm not even wearing the official uniform, but I am rocking a cool beard, augmented by, well, it's not the official hat to indicate that I'm neutral as Switzerland. Someone told me the other day, they say, FH, you're not really neutral. And I said, yes, I am. I'm as neutral as the country of Switzerland. How about that? But on with the show. Everybody should be back in training camp. Now, if you're not in training camp as of today, you will probably be cut because you should be back in training camp. But we're going to ease everybody back into football. Last week, I had my homeboy Glenn was checking in. Also had Big Coop from D1 Ignorant University calling in, big time Raven fan. We're just easing back in. And I will tell you, last week we talked quarterbacks. This week we're going to talk football league. You have to have a good cover corner. Have to have a good quarterback. Well, you got to get good, outstanding quarterback play. And you have to have an edge rusher. You got to have somebody that can get to the quarterback, because the way today's NFL receivers are, there's not a big difference between a number one and a number two as far as being able to cover these guys. So if any quarterback that gets more than 4 or 5 seconds to throw the ball, he's going to pick a receiver. I don't care who you got covering him. So that's why you need that edge rusher. And then when you have that cover corner, it allows you as a team and as a defense to do a multitude of things as far as coverage, game plan, scheming. So I just know that for me, when it comes to the NFL, if you want to have a winning team or a winning brand, you have to have those key positions covered. So that's why today we're gonna talk edge, and then we're gonna talk about something that I don't really want to get into, and that is injuries. Injuries, and injuries will always derail, or it can derail what the predictions are, where in terms of how far a team can go. Yep, because it's a fragile game. It's a young man's game. But, man, you always got those injury bugs around the corner. There are teams who go through the season and don't have a lot of injuries. There are some teams that get their injuries at the beginning of the year, and they don't reach their potential. A major injury that just brought a tear to my eye was my man, Larry Thompson. Left tackle, a left guard, I say. Well, yeah, he's a tackle, left tackle for my Commander Redskins football team. So I don't know what we're going to do, but all is not, we're not going to panic. We're not going to push the panic button. And you know what they say, next man up. Well, here's the truth about that. If the next man were better than the man that he's stepping up for, then he would not be the next man. He would be the man. So next man up means we're just going to, as a team, rally around our team and do what we need to do to try to accomplish what our goals and objectives for the year, i.e. the next couple of guys up. So now, I'm not saying that that we're going to stop using the phrase next man up. I just know if the next man was better than the man that he's replacing, hell, he would be the man. Just saying. So now we're going to get into who's some of our top rushers, who's some of our top edge rushers. Now, for me, let me pull up some information here. So I got a list. I have a list I'm working on. And I want to pull this as to who are the top edge rushers in the league. So, bottom line, if you got one of these guys, then you got a chance to do some good things as far as your team. Like the 49ers, they're going to roll out Nick Bosa. I like Nick. Nick got game. Like Nick. Raiders. They held on to Max Crosby. Remember, we had all that Max Crosby talk that was going on. Hold on. I mean, we got somebody calling here. Sports Derby, F.A. Jr.
What's going on, my brother?
Hey. It's my homeboy Glenn checking in. Homeboy
You
Glenn.
already know for sure. What's going on, my brother?
Hey, let's talk football, man. And preferably let's talk edge rushers, man. Um I start off with the show, man, as far as talking about bottom line. In order to get where you want to get, every team, you got to be able to put some pressure on the quarterback. I don't care who you got as far as your quarterback. If the offensive line can provide 4 to 5 seconds, I don't care who you got as a DB or a corner. They're not going to be able to cover any receiver in the league over 4 or 5 seconds. So that's why you have to have pressure. What do you think?
Exactly. If without that edge rusher, you don't have nothing because you can only hold up for so long. Fast as these receivers is now, you can only hold them for so many seconds because they bigger and they faster now. And you take guys, well, most of every team in the NFL got a number one or number two receiver. If you
Yes.
don't have that edge rusher to put pressure on that quarterback, he's gonna sit there and pick you apart.
Apart.
Yes, yes, and there's some good edge rushers out there now. Like it's some pretty good. Most of every team got at least one pretty good decent edge rusher.
If you got
With
one,
almost now these days.
oh yeah.
In these days, the time it's you almost need at least two,
Oh,
one on each side.
I agree, and it makes a whole lot of difference as to what you can do in terms of execution. Now, you guys got a nice set of guys that can get to the quarterback, i.e., your Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you think you guys gonna do this year?
Man, I'm more concerned. I'm more concerned about the offense
Mm-hmm.
in the receivers. I think we could. Aaron Rodgers is old and he's not the same. The only thing I can see is going back to 9-8 again, man.
You think so?
I think Baltimore, even though I think Baltimore supposed to win that division. They supposed to because they got one of their best edge rushers back this year. He was out. He missed most of all of last year. I can't pronounce his name, but he's a dominant force, and they did truly miss him. And he'll
I
be
agree.
back this year. So yeah, he and they already got. I forgot the other edge, but when they get both of them back, they're gonna be kind of salty over there. Seattle got some good edge rushers. The Rams, to me, right now, if the Aaron Donald come back, it's not even close.
And then you throw in Myles Garrett along with Aaron Donald.
Yeah,
Man,
yeah.
you had better get the ball out of your hand quick.
And believe it or not, even the Rams traded for Myles Garrett, he's not a slouch.
No.
He's right there, one of the top. To me, he's one of the top 5 edge rushers in football. Versace, I think that's his name.
Mm-hmm.
He's a beast. He's a beast too. But when you throw Myles Garrett and the other guy that retired, talking about coming back, man, it's gonna be NFL team's gonna catch hell with them two guys if they stay healthy.
Yeah, they are.
Even the Raiders, Max Crosby. You know, yeah, I know that Baltimore got that. They got that guy from Cincinnati. He's a hell of an edge rusher.
Oh, yeah.
I don't understand why teams trade their best players to their division rivals. You know, these guys are all pro. Why you want to trade them when you got to face them 2 times a year?
Now, the old rule used to be, if we trade you, we're not going to trade you inside the division. You know, we're not going to trade you so you come back and terrorize us. We're going to trade you outside the division. So I don't know when the team stopped or start doing that. I just know back in the days it was just an unspoken rule. We're not gonna. You're not gonna be playing for the Steelers, and all of a sudden we trade you to our enemy, the Ravens. How much sense does that make? We're not trading you to the Browns or Cincinnati.
Right.
No.
Yes. Like Dallas traded Parsons to, even though I know it's not in his, they in the same conference, NFC conference, but I want to trade him to Green Bay. I at least want to just trade him to an AFC team where I would have to see him about once every 2 or 3 years at the most.
Yeah, and that used to be the food for thought. We're not necessarily not just going to trade you to one of our division rivals. We're not even going to trade you within the division, like you said. I mean, I'm sorry. We're not going to trade you inside the conference. Normally, if you are a NFC player, no man, we shipping you to Kansas City or someone.
Yes.
Yes, no, we're not trading you
Yeah.
within the conference. No.
Yeah, man, like I said, everybody got them a pretty good, decent edge rushers. Because if the boy from Detroit come back here, he's a beast.
Aiden Hutchinson.
Yes,
Hutchinson.
sir.
Yeah, he was, man.
Yes, sir.
He was just on the verge of becoming a superstar, and when he broke
Yes.
his leg, so there's a depends on which version of Hutchinson we get. Do we get the young player that was on the verge of turning the corner, or do we get because sometimes guys don't come back off of major injuries, it all depends. But he's young, so we shall see.
In Houston, Texas, man, oh my goodness, ain't no telling what they got down there. That defense there, man. I'm looking at some of the defenses this year in the NFL, like the Houston Texans, the Seattle Seahawks, the Rams, the Broncos. Oh man, it's gonna be tough.
Well,
It's gonna be some good teams.
I've been a big fan and a follower of Will Anderson ever since he played in the SEC
Yes,
for
yes,
Alabama,
yes,
and I knew he was going
yes,
to be a beast, man. And then you take that guy and put him in the mix with Donnell Hunter.
yes, man.
Yeah, you got some problems.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
And if they
And
get
then it don't hurt it, and it needed. You got a big old 330, 40 pound nose tackle sitting there. You can't move him. you know, they can just do it. The Eagles got two edge rushers, Carter. Eagles got a couple good ones.
well,
It's like
and see, like you said, the key to having a good defense when you talk about edge, you have to have that big boy in the middle, that D tackle. Yeah, he's not gonna get up and probably make a lot of solo tackles, but he's sitting there taking on two defenders and allowing those linebackers to
right,
eat. And you got
clogging up their line, man.
yes, and that's been a problem for the Cowboys the last couple of years. They haven't had that big anchor run stopping defensive
Exactly.
tackle there, and so people just been running the ball down their throats. So when you
Right.
because Michael Parsons, he's not a big edge. He relies mostly on speed. And I would tell guys, I said the biggest problem with Parsons, yeah, he's outstanding, but he seems to wear down a little bit at towards the end of the season, because when you're throwing around 350, 380 offensive line, and sooner or later, brother, that takes a toll on you, man. So you got to have that
That's
big
right.
run stopper in the middle.
That's right. And I tell you something else too, man. If you can have a couple good edge rushers and everything, but if you got a good solid line, they can hold them edge rushers up for a minute. Not long, but for a minute though.
Yep.
You know,
And
they can hold them for a minute.
that's why the left tackles make what they make. Because when you
That's
are
right.
a good left tackle and your job is to keep the quarterback alive, give him enough time, because a lot of times that left tackle, man, you on an island by yourself. Your job, you
Yeah.
you look up and and you finna go against Will Anderson, T.J. White, Nick Bosa, Max Cosby, Aiden Hutchinson.
Yeah.
When you look up and
Right.
every Sunday you got one of those guys bearing down on you. Hey man, that's why those guys make a lot of money, man. Left tackles make a
That's right. You got
lot of
to
money because you protecting that quarterback blind side too.
yeah, man. You got a lot of responsibility on your hands.
A lot
And
of
and
responsibility.
and like I said, it's a lot of good. A lot of good teams out there this year. Everybody got a good, decent edge rush. Cause I can't think of the guy with the Denver Broncos name, but he's a nice one too, man. He get after you, man.
Nick
Seattle
Benito?
got a couple teams.
You talking about Nick Benito?
Yes, that's his name.
yeah,
Yes, that's his
yeah,
name.
yeah. Nick could
So
kill
he's
him,
more
man.
like a linebacker.
Yeah,
He's
yeah,
more like a
yeah.
linebacker than an edge
Yeah.
rusher. Yeah.
And he was mostly a linebacker in college, but a lot of time when you get to the league, a lot of time they're playing these specialty defenses where a guy may in college you may have been a middle linebacker, but next level, because defense is now based on speed, so they might,
Yeah.
it's like okay, we're gonna kick him out, let him be. But yeah, he's a beast, man. He is a
He's
beast.
good.
He's a beast.
Yes, sir. 49ers got a couple good ones.
Now,
But they
see,
getting up. I was looking at these. Oh, go ahead.
the problem that now this is what's coming out of 49er camp. They're saying the way that they play, and I always said this when it came to the 49ers, they are such a physical team. I just knew that they could not sustain that kind of play over 3 or 4 years because you just can't. As physical as those guys are, man, and this is what's coming out of 49er camp, is that's why they always have all these injuries, all these injuries. So they're starting to say that is it the conditioning that they're going through? Do they need to bring in a new conditioning coordinator, somebody? But it's just the physical nature of how they play the game, man. They are a physical, and football is physical anyway, but they are a physical team.
They one of the most physical teams in football.
Yes, yes,
They are them in Detroit is a physical team.
yes.
But Detroit got a little finesse with that running back, and but up front, and they'll get after you on that line of scrimmage. But Pittsburgh, Pittsburgh, Baltimore, they physical gonna bring
it. yeah, I do.
Yeah, they know they're gonna bring it to you, Houston. But yeah, man, I'm waiting up. I'm getting excited for the season, man. I'm ready for it, man.
So now,
man,
go ahead.
I want to say this. What do you think about Stephon Diggs? You guys signed Stephon Diggs.
Well, look, I think it was a good good pickup. We kicked the tires on my man Dick because he's a veteran. Yeah. Oh, I think so. Because here's the thing, we only got him for a year. Didn't cost but $12 million. That's not a lot of money. And when you are Jaden Daniels, what I like about, I'm trying to think of the tight end that we used to have. When you got veteran receivers and veteran tight ends, they are going to be what a quarterback expects for them to be. You know what I'm saying? They're gonna be right there, and that's what Jaden Daniels need. Now, ultimately, I still think we stole one when it comes to the kid out of Arkansas. I think he's gonna Burks is going to end up. I think he's gonna be a steal for us. But
I would be surprised if he turned into the number one receiver.
But when you throw Diggs in there along with Scary Terry and Burks, and then we got De'Ami Brown back, hey man. Man, I tell you what, I feel better about now. Only thing that got me, homeboy Glenn, was our number one offensive tackle got injured yesterday, and that was that's my man Larry Thompson. He tore his pec. And for those who don't know, man, normally when you tear that pectoral muscle, you're normally out pretty much the whole season. Some guys can come back toward the end, maybe playoffs, but that's yeah.
That's when you tear all the muscle up around your bone or something.
Yes, sir. Yes. So that means you got to shut it down, and you because either through surgery or just natural healing, but that muscle has to be reattached to that bone, and you gotta just kind of like you can't do nothing for a long period of time, and then eventually you start to go through therapy, and you got to get your strength back. But so more than likely, man, he's gonna miss. Man, he'll miss at least 10 games,
That's
man.
the
But
thing, yeah.
but
Hey, I'm glad y'all picked up on Stephon Diggs instead of Ayuk.
oh
He's a
yeah,
problem.
yeah. See,
Yeah,
here's the thing about Diggs. Diggs got a lot of he's got a lot of craziness going on in his personal life and all that. But some guys, and I think he's one of those guys that when they are between the lines as far as football, they can compartmentalize and put all that other stuff on the back burner. Once it's Sunday and it's football and they're out there playing, they in practice. They don't all the other things now. And that's why I used to when it came to Dez Bryant, it's like Dez would get into all kinds of stuff away from when it ain't football season. But when it became football season, I don't worry about those guys. I really don't. I don't worry about that. I worry about them when the season is over and they got time and money and friends and because I remember one of the things that Snoop Dogg said. He said he always tell the athlete. He said even when he's smoking weed with him, he said he always tell the athlete like, look, I ain't got no balls. I don't have no balls to go to. I you know what I'm saying? My paycheck ain't based on me being in shape or whatever. So he said he tells me, but he said at the end of the day they grown men, they do what they want to do. But at the end of the day, brother, I think it was a good pickup for us. Uh, because I'll be honest, when it comes to the NFL, homeboy Glenn, you can be Jack the Ripper as long as if you can produce on Sundays and win some games. Man, fans can separate all the things that you do in your personal life. It's sad, but that's just the truth.
but you know who got away with more than anybody? And two people in the NFL that got away more than anybody did.
Big Ben got away with a lot of stuff too.
Big Ben one. I forgot about him, but I was gonna say Pac-Man Jones,
Yep.
Pac-Man, and Alden Smith.
Now you gotta put Aaron Rodgers in there too now because he was sending
Yeah.
new pictures.
Hey, I'm so glad you bought. Hey, now you know how bad I talked about. You know how bad I talked about Aaron Rodgers.
Yes.
You know how bad. I'm gonna have to apologize to Aaron Rodgers. Did you see what he did on ESPN last week?
I heard about it.
Man, he snapped. And I ain't never been a Aaron Rodgers fan.
Right.
What's called a big fan of Aaron Rodgers. But what he did, he kind of got my respect a little bit. Because he's telling us he could do it. We could tell the truth when Diane was saying that reporter wanted, she wanted the main reporters at ESPN.
Right.
And her and Mike Braver got in that scandal. Man, you didn't hear nothing but cricket.
You didn't hear a word.
You didn't hear a word. But, man, anybody else, like Aaron Rodgers said, every time he didn't take the coffee shot, and all he heard was, negative talk towards him, different ones.
Oh,
but
he's
he
right.
went off on it.
He's right.
Yeah.
He's right about that. Sometimes the league can be selective as to who they decide to put on the barbecue grill.
Yeah.
Who we gonna grill?
Yeah. Hey, I wish you could see it, man. He went off on him. Did that.
And what you
Yes,
find is that, and just like in anything else, the league seem to always have a little bit more tolerance for younger athletes that's in their prime than guys who on the other side of 30 and get in trouble.
Right.
Yeah. If you 24, 25 years old, you remember when Myles Garrett was swinging that helmet, nailing people?
Yeah.
Okay, Miles, let's don't do that no more. But once you get on the other side of 30, like Diggs and all those guys, man, you do like Ray Rice. if Ray Rice would have been a little bit younger and all the stuff he would have done, I guarantee you, I don't think he would have got anywhere near the penalty and stuff. But because he was kind of on the downside of his career, they just kind of threw the book at him. I'm not saying what he did was right because it wasn't, but I'm just saying.
But he got a second chance after he had to go through the hell and back to get it. But
yeah.
he kind of got it back together, didn't him and his wife? They never did split up.
No, they didn't split up. But I'm just saying, had he been okay, I'll give you a prime example. Now you remember Adrian Peterson, all the stuff AP was doing. Now AP was boy, but the league, did they ban him or do it? No, because bottom line with the NFL, bro, it's about money. It's now they always say
about marketing.
Yes.
It's about marketing.
Yes. Now, it is about the image. Now, don't get me wrong. Now, there's no player bigger than the game. You're never gonna be bigger than the game at all. But
no player.
No, there's no player. Not Diggs, not Aaron Rodgers, not Troy Aikman. Nobody is bigger than the game itself. No.
No. Sure not. It sure isn't.
No, not even owner. There's no owner bigger than the game.
No owner bigger than the game.
Nobody's
bigger. You see, they spend that money or fine him just like they would a player.
If you start causing the league money, where we gonna lose these advertisement revenue, oh no, bro, you gotta go. Nobody's bigger than the game.
What's the quarterback for protesting? What's his name? Why you think he ain't back in the league?
Oh God, I know you're talking about brother with the fro.
Yeah. Why you think he's not back in the league? Because man, they don't want no problem with it. He's gonna cause problems.
Yeah, you're not bigger than the league, man.
That's right. They shut him down quick. Mm-hmm. Give him a little money or whatever they gonna get him.
Now they came out and supported the organization that he was, that he was speaking for, and they came up and some of those things that he was bringing forth. They bought some, the league capitulated some, but at the end of the day, they weren't gonna let him, because that old saying, man, that the messenger would never be around to reap the benefits of the message. So,
that's right.
Kevin, what's his name? It's on the tip of my tongue. Is it Kaepernick or Kaepernick? Kaepernick. There we go. I'm sorry, bro. Kaepernick. If you out there, man, I'm sorry. I'm butchering your name, but Kaepernick.
Yeah, he talking about I want to come back here. He ain't been in the league in 5 years.
But I will tell you this though. Now when Kaepernick those first 2 or 3 years when he was lighting the league on fire, they didn't do anything to him. But what people do, if you go back and look at Kaepernick before he took his stand, he was starting to kind of be on the downside a little bit of performance. And that's why, because they kind of figured him out, because he was a dual threat, but he wasn't a pure passer. He was just a straight up good athlete.
No, he wasn't a pure passer. They started figuring him out just like they did RG3.
Yeah, they started figuring him out, so that's when he became expendable. Yeah. Now the difference between him, Jaden Daniels, Lamar, those guys can pass the football. Okay, they if you ain't careful, they'll take it to the house on you. But Lamar Jackson, they can pass that football, and then it makes it's a big difference. You can't just come up and play on the run, because you do, boy. You got some receivers that's open, and boy, they will take it to the house.
I tell you what, man, if y'all offensive line get right, man, y'all got 3 receivers and a tight end, man. I think y'all got Burke?
Yes.
The big tight end. Do y'all have Burke?
We got him, and we got another. We picked up another guy, man. He's supposed to be a good running tight end brother, man. Yeah. He's supposed to do some stuff. Now I'm gonna tell you something, man. Don't sleep on don't sleep on the Commanders' offense, brother. I'm telling you, man. People look, because the best thing we did, I hate to say it. The best thing we did was got rid of our offensive coordinator. I think he for the time that he was there, he did a good job. But it seems to me like his offenses are only good for 2 years. After 2 years, I don't know.
People figure it out.
Yes. After 2 years, they
Man,
figure
they
out.
study you. They study you 24/7, man.
Yeah,
They study you
yeah.
twenty-four
Oh,
seven.
yeah. That's yeah. Hell, that's what I'm paying you for, homeboy Glenn. I'm
Mm-hmm.
paying you
Yes,
millions of
sir.
dollars not to be on vacation. A lot of times, man, those defensive coordinators and those head coaches, bro, they don't even go home during the summer. They don't even go home at nighttime. But then
I'm,
again, their offices are like the top of the line hotel. But a lot of times those guys don't go home, man. That's all they do, man. They look at film. They do this. They do that. They evaluate players. They just it's football,
yeah,
and that's
man. It'll change a whole lot, man.
mm-hmm.
Change so much, man. The game changed. You know, the game look like the game have got faster now.
Oh, it has.
Mm.
It's got faster. It's got
Players are
more
bigger.
complicated. Players are bigger,
Yeah,
stronger, faster.
bigger. Yeah, they got more. They got more things to work with, like weights and
Oh
in the
yeah,
gyms and different things.
and
Man, them guys back in the old days, back in Cleveland Stadium, the old days probably had to go in the more cold ass dressing room.
yes. And I'm gonna be honest with you, man. You can take that same conversation and apply it to any other major sport because people always because
And
I will never get I don't participate in the who's the goat between Jordan and whatever. But I tell people I said you cannot compare the eras because of exactly what you said. Guys are bigger, stronger, faster, and you got more of them back in the day. Because
yeah.
think about it, it was rare that you had a 7 footer on your team in the NBA. Hell,
Well, think about this. You look at Larry Zonko. You look at Franco Harris, Chuck Munson now. You look at their style, the way they used to run the football back in the 80s, and you look at the style, the way they run it back. Them guys didn't catch the football much, and I run a defensive end. They
nah,
went straight up the middle.
no, and that's because the game was just straight up running the football. Um, you didn't really have only a few teams had wide receiver with just blazing speed. A lot of them was kind of they were good receivers, but that wasn't what the game was about. The game, almost every team played the same game, bro. We're gonna run it down your throat. We're gonna use the clock. We're gonna wear your defensive down, and then we're gonna score a touchdown. Remember, games barely got up to 30 points, man. It was usually 27,
Right.
14. You know,
You, San Diego Chargers. I might be wrong, but I think the San Diego Chargers was the first team in the NFL to me kind of started opening up their offense.
they were.
And then later on, two more teams like Minnesota Vikings.
Air Cordell, baby, they were the first one who just air it out. They
Yeah,
didn't have no
and then
defense. They never had no defense, but bruh, yes,
you keep
yeah. And then after
you could
them,
get up there.
yeah, and then after them, then the Houston came in with that run and shoot type offense. But before all football game was the same, man. It was just and the hell, you had the NFC East. They were so physical that where hell they would break each other up playing against each other.
NFC West, Kansas City, and the Raiders, and Broncos. I remember the Kansas City Raiders used to play each other. They would every play somebody fighting.
Right. Yeah, right. Had to go to commercial. Had to go to commercial, man. And back then, man, believe it or not, the halftime highlights were better than some of the football games.
Yeah, man, you had Howard Cosell on Monday night. Man, that's the only thing, that's the best thing ever. Man, hey, I miss them days when it was Howard Cosell.
Yes.
The guys called them Monday night games.
Yes.
Shit, man, it was good
You,
for money. And see, most of all them teams back then, they played on natural grass.
mm-hmm.
It wasn't too much artificial turf. Cause man, Cleveland field looked like a hog pen out there.
And regardless of what the weather was, you were still gonna play unless it was lightning.
Mm-hmm.
It could be mud. It could be
You know,
mud.
sloppy.
It could
Man,
be
I'm talking
ice,
about sloppy,
snow.
muddy.
Yeah, you can
Yes, I
play.
remember you used to get money. I remember they used to get so money so you could hardly see their jersey, man.
Or or
And,
or it
and,
be
and you know that.
or it be raining. So I watched this one game. I forgot who was playing. It was raining so hard to where each team would fumble the ball. One of them would get it back, they would fumble. The next one would get it back. So then the coach said, okay, I'm going to go to the running back who had big feet. Because he figured a running back with big feet more likely can get better traction in when the
Boy,
field where because they're not gonna be slipping trying to put moves on. So you had to and this was before they came up with the how you can put the weather cleats on your shoes, whatever. It's whatever you had was what you had, man.
that's
Yeah,
right. That's right, man.
and I know
Man, you know, like,
And I
oh,
know,
go ahead.
and I know a lot of times, the youngsters say, "Well, man, all those old dudes talk about the good old days," and don't get me, I enjoy football the way it is too today, man. But like I said, it was a different game. Um, it was totally different game, man. It really was. Now, I like,
Very different.
yeah, it was, it wasn't That's why when we look at Hall of Fame, okay, they said, well, they started comparing stats and saying, well, some of these old guys don't have the stats, some of these younger guys, because it was a different game back then. You know?
Yes, that's right. Yeah, it was a whole totally different game. You know, you look at guys like me and Joe Green, in the Randy White from Dallas, and the different ones. They game totally different than these defensive player game now.
Yes. Oh
Them
yeah.
guys, them guys, them guys, man, they grab and do what they had to do.
Grab you by
You
the
know,
face, man, drag you down, horse collar, tackle you. Uh, and,
whatever,
and,
spit
and,
on you, whatever.
and I'll tell you a position that's protected now. Back in the days, you can't even hit the center when he hiking the ball on
Mm,
kick returns and all that. On extra
right.
points. Back in the day, bro, that was your job to get right over that center and just nail
Nail it.
nail him. Yes.
Nail it. That's
But
right.
but now,
That's right. Yeah, now certain players you can block. You
yes,
know, certain players you can block, or somebody. It's just different now, man. I do understand they do that to protect the
yeah,
players.
yes.
I totally understand.
Because they
But
bigger, stronger, faster. Now they may not be they ain't as aggressive as those other guys.
I don't think the league want to spend so much money every week or every other week working on that field because they need to go back to natural grass. It won't be having all the knee issues.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you won't have all the knee issues or ankle turn too much.
Oh, I agree.
You know, but I think it's just so much cheaper for them to keep it up with the artificial turf. Run over with a vacuum cleaner or whatever they use, and keep on going.
Right. Because, it's different than the old AstroTurf. All that was just concrete. And then they just bought like like a little like carpet. That's all that was like playing on carpet, man. It was just concrete.
Right?
And yeah, but this stuff now, it's supposed to be like, it's where they taking a lot of this supposedly like old tires or whatever, rubber pallets, and so it's supposed to be designed to give more. But back in the days, man, that AstroTurf took out a whole lot of careers, man. It ended a lot of
So a
careers.
lot of news. It's true. It's true.
It ended a
It's
lot of
definitely true.
careers, homeboy. A lot of
Yeah.
careers, man. So now let me ask you, and this is about Baker Mayfield. Do you think now, because this is what Baker is saying? He's saying he feels disrespected, and he's not even gonna talk about contract extension now that the season has started. he's basically gambling on himself. And has he done enough in your eyes to warrant the big contract, say like a Dak or the top 3 or 4 quarterbacks in the league? Would you think that he deserved that kind of money?
No. You know why? Because how long he been in the league now?
It's been a minute.
He been in the league about 6 years, haven't he?
Yes,
About at least 5 years.
probably a little longer than that.
6 years. Yeah. And he hadn't even made it to the NFC or AFC championship game. And you know, and he had a chance to he got a chance to prove himself this year if he could lead Tampa Bay to just say the NFC championship game. You might take a chance, but if not, you know, what have he done to prove himself? He had had a better career than him, Sam Donald. And you know how he done bounced around.
Hey,
you know,
Sam Donald got a ring, baby.
Yeah, he did the same thing. Think about it. Sam Donald got cut by the Jets. Then went to, I think he went to Carolina. They sat on the bench, my third string quarterback. Then left there, went to San Francisco. Same thing, you know. And then he got cut, got picked up by Seattle, and look what happened then.
True.
But he did lead them to the Super Bowl. Even though he might be a system quarterback, he won him a Super Bowl. And he had been in the league as long as Baker Mayfield had.
I heard one of the GMs say, former GM say, if more than 14% of your salary cap is tied up in the quarterback, then he said, because and I didn't think about it until he said it, that each team knows how much money they want to tie of their salary cap into the quarterback position. And he said most of them don't want to be above 12% of what you can when in terms of filling the team. So he's saying you can do that when you have a rookie quarterback. That's why when you got a rookie quarterback, you don't have to pay him nothing, and you can spend money on those other key positions. You know, edge rusher, cornerback, left tackle, lineman, and all that. But those teams like that only. But when you start spending over 14% of your allocated money towards the quarterback position, then you better have a Josh Allen, a Patrick Mahomes, a Josh Burrows, a Dak, Lamar Jackson, because when you start committing that kind of money to the quarterback position, you can either,
you gotta produce.
Yes, otherwise you're gonna set your team back years.
So think about this here, man. He with Tampa Bay. Tampa Bay just come off a Super Bowl, had been done years ago, about 3 or 4 years ago.
Yes.
Okay. And he come there. Tampa Bay just about had most of the same guys, you know. And they lost Tom Brady, and he come in there, and he was in a mediocre, might well say a weak conference.
Yeah, that's true.
And they had to have help to win their division. So, it's just.
But think about it. But when Brady came, they didn't have to spend a whole lot of money on Brady though. So they were able to surround him with the thing that he needed to do. With the receivers.
Right, and think about it. Baker Mayfield was surrounded by some good players now. He was surrounded by some good players, good running back, good defense. So he made some. I mean, it's when you boil down to it, it's still all about wins and losses. And I just don't think I don't think he got enough wins to justify saying want to get paid like them guys. Right?
I think Baker will always be a tier two, a top tier two level quarterback. I don't think he's gonna ever get into. I think Baker's the kind of quarterback. He has to go to a team where all those things are in place. You know,
Now I put it like this here. I would tell you this here. Is I'm saying he's a bad quarterback?
no,
No,
no, no.
because I see it like this. Hey, I would like to see him in Pittsburgh.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can win a
Hey,
Super Bowl. You
I
you
think he can win a Super Bowl with Pittsburgh.
you can win a Super Bowl with Baker. I'm not gonna. I'm saying he's not the type of quarterback that where he don't need a lot of surrounding parts to be successful. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
He can't just go out here and say, okay, we got Baker Mayfield. We're gonna go to Super Bowl with Baker Mayfield. I just don't think he's not in that level of quarterbacks, the Lamar Jacksons, the Patrick Mahomes, you know, those type of quarterbacks there that they don't really need a number one receiver. They don't really need a stud running back. They don't need a all world tight end. Those guys can, you know, they can get to the Super Bowl and win you one with say a couple number two receivers and you know. But now don't get me wrong, they got to have some stuff, a few key parts, a few superstars, but those are the type of quarterbacks that can do that, and they are the ones who make that kind of money. I.e., if Dak don't get it done this year, I guarantee you he won't be making that kind of money because
Mm-hmm.
it's like okay,
Dak
Dak,
won't be in Dallas neither.
huh?
I said Dak won't be in Dallas neither.
No, 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 no. But I think Dak is the kind of quarterback. If you plug Dak in with the Steelers, I think y'all get to the Super Bowl.
Yes, I do too. Yeah. You take a guy like that, Dak Prescott, Baker Mayfield,
Yes,
or Matthew Stafford,
yeah.
it's,
You,
there's another one out there.
you,
Man, hey, okay, this is what I want to ask you before. What do you think about Justin Fields? Do you think he's gonna ever get another shot, or do you think that's all he's gonna be able to be, just a, a bag of quarterback for the rest of his career?
oh, man, I tell you what, man, they don't give Justin three shots to be a starter.
Yeah,
And
but I really say I'm gonna really say two, because his rookie year in Chicago they didn't have that.
league don't.
I thought he did pretty good.
Homeboy Glenn, the league don't care about that. All they know is, hey, bro, you had
Look at these three shots.
three shots. Now
Yeah,
I can see him maybe playing behind, say a Baker Mayfield. Baker gets hurt, he gets in there. You know, he becomes a late bloomer. I can see him maybe playing, maybe being on like a 49er type team where you got outstanding defense. And, you know, the problem with Fields is he won't throw the ball downfield. He don't trust his eyes. He don't trust his eyes, and at some point, yeah, he just don't trust what he's seeing. And the way the NFL is, they're not gonna wait around and pay you that kind of money. They give you two or three shots. Then after that, man, you're a backup for life. Now, if you happen to end up being a backup and the starter gets hurt and you take the team down and fall into the playoffs, that's how he could possibly win a starting position back. But nobody's gonna trade for Justin Fields and then just automatically name him the starter.
no, 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 no. Hey, but everybody on Jalen Hurts, like this man went to two Super Bowls and on one got MVP, and they still acting like he just. I don't understand it, man.
I think the Eagles are going to suffer this year, not because of Hurts. I think they're going to suffer because I think eventually two things. I think they're going to miss A.J. Brown. And I also say this is what the fifth year that this guy's had a new offensive coordinator. and their line is starting to get old.
Yes.
And Saquon as a running back, the shelf life of a running back is it's not that long either. And so
Yeah, because I can see him. What's his name? Dig Henry, but then again, he might be a little different. But he
Derrick,
got some age on him now.
Derrick Henry is an exception to the fact. But then again, you never know when Derrick Henry may wake up that morning, he don't have it no more. But right now, he still got it, and boy, do he still got it.
Yeah.
But like I said, I just see because Smith is a good receiver, but he's not a physical downfield receiver. He's more of a finesse receiver. But AJ Brown is a physical receiver that he complements Jalen Hurts' style, which is rugged. I'm gonna get open, throw it to me. I'm gonna, so I don't think he's gonna be that successful when he has finesse wide receivers, and then going into a brand new offense because this year teams are gonna automatically walk that 8 man in the box and stop Saquon, and then
Put
Smith is
that
high.
they're gonna put that 8 man in the box.
Yes, and then force Smith to become that number one receiver. And I just don't think he's got all the tools to be a number one, but man, you got to be able to get off the line, and so now, but when you got AJ Brown sitting over there, the two of them complemented each other. But I just think it's gonna be they're gonna feel the loss.
Yeah, I think that's gonna be our downfall. Our receivers too. Then we got an old ass quarterback. Ain't that don't help no.
I still couldn't figure out why the Steelers was big and this dude. I was like, are y'all serious? We just gonna wait and hold out and see what Aaron Rodgers is gonna do. See what he's gonna do. I'm like,
Yeah,
man.
man. That's mind boggling, man. It's just mind boggling to me, man. I would have got. I would have seen what I got Jamie Winston.
Say what now?
I would have seen him got Jamie Winston.
Because I still think Winston could be a star in the league. Um, you know, it's almost like nobody wants to give him a shot. But I think he still has the tools to be a starter in the league. I think he may end up, do he throw interception? Yeah, but you know what? If you got the receivers, at least he gives them a shot. And that's the difference between him and Fields. Winston will throw it down the field, brother. He gonna air it out. Big gun on him. He
And
gonna
he ain't scared to take a chance.
right.
Yes, he's not scared to take a chance.
And receivers like to come and play for Winston because they know he gonna throw it. He gonna throw that, but he gonna give him a chance to go get it. Whereas Justin Fields is only gonna throw it if the guy is wide open. And there's no such thing as wide open in the NFL unless somebody blow coverage.
True, that's true. Oh man, you got some lockdown. You got some lockdown defenders.
Yes, that's the only way you throw away a guy's wide open. Somebody blew a coverage or something, or fell down or something. But you have to throw where you think the receivers are gonna be. That's called throwing them open, and he's been afraid to do that, brother. And then that's where I think he comes up short every time. Now, does he have all the tools to be a good NFL? Yes. Oh yeah, but it's just like with the Indianapolis, the Colts. I think with their quarterback, man, if he don't get it done this year, they can probably move on from him because that's what the league is, bro. We
Man, what that quarterback for Florida, Richardson.
Yes.
He still got potential, but he just needed the right coaches.
Mm-hmm. Well, see, the thing about the league is everybody's coaching for their jobs. offensive coordinator. If he ain't doing something, they give it to him. Next thing they'll bring somebody else in. And and the problem when you do that, you get these young quarterbacks who've been in one system. Now all of a sudden they get in the whole, they get a new offensive coordinator. Now they're going a whole different direction. So that can, and that was the biggest problem Sam Arnold was facing.
Mm-hmm.
Different offensive coordinator every year. I got to learn, but once you get to be that veteran quarterback like Aaron Rodgers and those guys, Patrick Mahomes, truth be told, hell, they really their own offensive coordinators because they set up the game plan, and so you can change offensive coordinators with those guys because the only thing they're gonna do is tweak the offense a little bit. Instead, as they get older, rely a little bit on the running game. If we got a tight end that can get downfield and cause some damage, we're gonna start to feature him a little bit more. We're gonna feature the running game. We're gonna change some stuff, but we still got this quarterback here. But when you don't have a quarterback that's seasoned and know what to do, you bring an offensive coordinator. All of a sudden, he wants to instill his system. And sometimes it's not about the system; it's about the players you got. Your system works because you got good players.
Not the right player.
Yeah. And I think,
right.
And sometimes I think these offensive coordinators, they get to thinking that it's them. No, bro, you successful because you got all these players. Hell, I could call the offense if I had, the two wide receivers that the Vikings have.
Mm-hmm.
Hell, I could.
Look at New England when they win their dynasty. It was Belichick or Brady them.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And so, like I said, man, sometimes it's not you, it's not your system, and that's what was wrong with us, my Redskin Commanders, is that okay? We like your offense, but at some point you got all these star running backs, and you won't stay with the run game long enough. You keep wanting to prove that you can throw the ball. Like, dude, we 3rd and 1. Run the ball, pick up the first down. Let your running backs get lathered up. No, and so then you start running Jaden like he's a running back. Sooner or later, he's gonna get popped. So I think now we're starting to realize, okay, we got a franchise quarterback. We can't be putting him in situations like what old boy was doing, the offensive coordinator that we had. And so I think we're gonna scale back the running, and because Jaden is a passer first, and I think we're gonna scale all that back.
I think he had, I know it's early in the career right now. This is his 3rd year coming up.
Yes. Yes.
But I can already say he had another rookie year than Joe Burrow.
Oh yeah! Oh hell, he had the best rookie year of all quarterbacks. It's just the second year was when we
got hurt.
Yeah, that was when boy was running him too much, and he wouldn't throw the ball enough. Like, man, pass the ball. That's why we got these guys. Man, pass the ball, run the ball. But he didn't do it enough. So it is what it is. Well, homeboy Glenn, it is time to shut it down. Brother, you about to hear the sound of my music as I get ready to shut it down. All right, it is time to wrap it and cap it. Another feature of Sports Therapy with F.H. Jr. Now, I'd like to thank my homeboy Glenn for calling in. Also, I want to give a plug to this book written by one of my regulars, and that is Jay at Grand Prairie. The book is called Olivia, a novel. Go and get it. It is at Barnes and Nobles and all the bookstores. Great book. I read it. It's in paperback, and you can get it online. All right. So we will see you all next week. And remember, we're easing back into football. Can't give it to you too much. It's just like medicine, man. You gotta give it just a little bit to get the desired effects. We will see you next week. Goodbye, everybody.